Hey guys, Darth Mel's here and excited to bring you guys another lightsaber review and tutorial. The Darth Mels are going to share with you guys this Luke V2 from TXQ and all that it has to offer. Stick around and check it out. So today the Darth Mels want to give you a quick tutorial, a value assessment again on this TXQ Luke Skywalker V2. So before I show you everything that's in the box when you get it, I want to clarify with you that you can get the saber with a blade or without a blade. So it's going to cost you somewhere around $260, $280 if you get it without the blade, and closer to $300 if you get it with a blade from TXQ. So when you get this Luke V2 from TXQ, it will come wrapped in this bubble wrap, and you receive two different versions, more like a static display emitter cap as pictured here. So if you just want to display it, and you'll receive the blade plug. By the way, this is an Anakin Starkiller design, and that's why you have that symbol right here. And obviously I have on more of the usable setup that you would need to ignite or place a blade, and to have your speaker sound in the back for your pommel piece. You will also receive a manual on all the features your saber has. It will discuss igniting the saber, how to use the Bluetooth to set up all the functions for the saber, which I'll show you a quick setup for that. But I would say overall a very nice explanation of things which a lot of saber companies do not offer. So 2 thumbs up for TXQ on that. You also get your charging cord and tool and screws, which is always necessary. Here's a quick close-up of your Luke V2 from TXQ. You can see this nice Graflex clamp with the Graflex engraved on the back, which is very accurate. You have your D-ring, belt clip, which is very suitable. It has your Anakin Starkiller because they are the designer. But to be more accurate, they do have your static or display model in your pommel. The grenade section does look nice. You want to see uneven grenade sections. There are a few. Could be a little bit better though, but I do like it. Overall, this is a beautiful piece, and for its price point, I would say you're getting a lot of value. The saber itself, if you order it without the blade, comes with this nice Become a Universal Hero box, your hilt itself, and again all the pieces as far as the static display emitter and pommel, directions, and cords, all in that foam box. So to get to your Saber Core, you don't have to do anything except take off your pommel cap. You can pull your electronics out like so. Here's your electronic core. I've had several of the TXQ sabers that do have a kill switch. This one does not have a kill switch, so just giving you a heads up. It does have your charging port there, and obviously your battery here, which is smaller than is typically used for all our NeoPixel sabers. Your SD card for adding or removing sound fonts or any customization you would like to do. When you charge your core, it does say charging, and you can see this blue light is lit up on this side to identify that the lightsaber core is being charged. All right, so that was a quick look at the core and how you charge the core itself. Again, this is the SNV4 Pro. And I'll show you guys the diagram up close. Put that up here. And as I mentioned, it has a lot of cool specific instructions, which again, a lot of saber companies lack. So when reinstalling your core, you have 2 options. You can uninstall the lower emitter part, or like the full emitter or lower saber section. Sometimes I do find it hard to get my hands on this core if I don't take the whole piece off. It depends on your preference. When you put your core back in, you will have these arrows lined up with the ignition switch. Again, these arrows will line up with the ignition switch. And it stays in there pretty tight. Again, there's about 27 sound fonts. This is Bluetooth. So I already showed you the Anakin Starkiller pommel and emitter that is for use. And I'll show you a quick look at these with the display pieces on. Just you guys can take a look at it that way. Obviously, this is to have a more accurate display piece on hand when the saber is not in use, and also helps prevent dust from getting inside the saber. This guy just unscrews here. And you just put the top on like so. Then you have your nice display saber. Static, display, however you want to put it. Much of the rest of the saber does not really come apart. It's pretty much a two-piece saber. You don't really want to mess with this clamp or the ignition switch. It's not really designed that way. I rechecked out the price on this, and it's definitely about $300 with a blade. I think you can find them for about $250, pretty much without a blade. And again, I do think that's a pretty remarkable value. So with the TXQ V4 Pro, you do have to hold down the ignition switch for about 2 seconds to turn this thing on. And you'll hear a power on.
Power on.
Power on. And again, after you hear that power on for 2 seconds, you just hit the ignition switch. This one is Ventress, which sounds like the mall. I would say the sound's pretty good. It's not too loud. It's not too low. It's about average.
Leia.
I think the TXQ SNV4 has definitely got some good recognition and has shown very good reliability for their NeoPixel core. So for being the thin neck, the saber does have an okay amount of blade depth. It isn't great, but I've seen worse. So it's an okay amount. Many of these thin necks even come with 36-inch blades, which can be difficult. But this one will come with a 32-inch blade. And these are a 1-inch depth blade. And for this one, I'm happy to say there are 4 blade retention screws, and it feels pretty solid.
Anakin.
Again, there are many features to the saber. You can change all these again with the Bluetooth customize adjustments. So if you don't like this blade style, this flutter, you can definitely change that.
Ayla Sakura. Dappa Balaba. Kenobi. Kenobi.
It's not the Darth Maul sound font though. Count Dooku. Nice Count Dooku hum. The SNV4 is just awesome. SNV4 Pro, I should say. Has great smooth swing. From the low moving smooth swing to the fast moving smooth swing. I think the SNV4 Pro may be the best budget electronic core on the market. I'll show you a couple more real quick with low light. Ben Kenobi, one of my favorites. It's got the Kylo Ren kind of distorted blade with the blue, so it's a mixture of the Ben and Kylo Ren.
I am the Inquisitor.
This is a cool sound font. It just changes kind of like a rainbow color throughout. So it directs you to go to an app called Forest Park. When you turn your saber on, it asks you to connect it, and then you can connect your saber. And you can see it says saber control, blade effects, sound fonts, and things like that. And you can go back in and blade effects, and you can decide if you want rainbow, classic pulse, all these kinds of things for your saber. So there's all kinds of options. I could spend an hour on the tutorial on this, but I just wanted to show you that there is modifications you can do. Go to settings, sound fonts has Dooku and all these on here. You can upload. So if you get a hold of one, you can upload it onto this database. So just a lot of options from TXQ on this that I can appreciate. As I'm going through what kind of blade styles that I want, as you can see, I can just hit play to see which blade style I want and hit play, and it will show that style. And I can X out, go to a classic fire, hit play, and it will give you an example of the blade effect, and you can select it. Again, pretty neat feature. I don't know about you guys, but you gotta love the Luke V2. It's actually the saber that is in Return of the Jedi and featured the most, even more than the Luke Hero V1. I just want to say overall, I love the value of this saber. If you compare the price point of 89 sabers and elf sabers that are $500, and you can get this quality for $300, it might be a slight downgrade, but I think overall, this is your best value. So this is a highly recommended saber. I appreciate all its features and what the SNV4 has to offer from TXQ. Please let me know what you guys think of this saber and you guys think of the TXQ SNV4 Pro. I've had a lot of fun with it. I think it looks great. I would definitely recommend it for you guys. Definitely hope everyone enjoyed this video. Please check out all the other videos. See you next time. Peace from the Darth Mells.